Alright, we're going to do another video battle report here. Tabletop here. Some area terrain over here. A burnt out ruin. Some more area terrain, some woods, and some ruins. And today I'll be bringing my 1850 Necrons. We've got the Deceiver, unit of 4 destroyers, another unit of 4 destroyers, a Lord with Resorb, Warside, Destroyer Body, and Phase Shifter, 3 Tomb Spiders, a Monolith, 10 Warriors, 4 Pariah, and 3 Scarabs. Alright, I'm going to hand you over to Dylan, and he's going to go through his army.
Alright, I've got my 1850 Ravenguard army. I've got a drop pod tactical squad with a Melta Rocket Fist, a drop pod Stern Guard unit with 2 Meltas and 2 Combi Meltas, 10-man tactical squad with a heavy bolter Razorback, Melta Las Cannon Power Fist, 3 heavy bolter attack bikes, 5 assault termies with Underhammer Storm Shields, 2 8-man scout units with Power Fists, and the 10-man assault squad with a Power Fist led by a Jump Pack Chaplain and Shrike.
Alright, so here's deployment. We've got some destroyers, the Lord with the Scarabs, some Tomb Spiders, 4 Pariah chilling out here, the Deceivers behind the Monolith, 4 more destroyers, and both units of warriors. Really don't want any part of this early on. The Marines have some attack bikes with 5 guys combat squatted outside the Razorback, 5 guys inside the Razorback. Now our mission is going to be Adepticon style. We've got 5 objectives here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th is in those ruins. Objectives is 1. Kill points is another, and then marked for death. He has marked my Pariah, and I have marked his Stern Guard in the pod. He's still got his other unit with a pod coming in. Both scout units are outflanking, and Shrike's unit is outflanking with the Chaplain. And the termies are deep striking. So we will report in at the end of turn 1. Alright, end of Necron turn 1, and it was pretty exciting. Everything kind of turbo boosted and moved around. And about the only news was old Toomey over here created a Scarab Swarm and wounded himself. So now it will be DeLeon's turn 1. Alright, well, a pod came down, and luckily some of the Marines died to dangerous terrain upon arrival, so 3 guys dropped. All the shooting went towards the Pariah, and 2 of them went down. So we'll see if the Necrons can kind of clear some house and keep those wonderful Pariah alive. So on to turn 2. Alright, well, the end of turn 2, and there was a lot of shooting into this squad. The only thing that lived was Tac Marine, who failed his morale test, and I really didn't want him to regroup. And normally I just run with 1 Scarab Swarm with my Tomb Spider, but I had to pop one out just to get that 6-inch range, and that probably will keep him running. Other than that, mobilized a Razorback, and that's about it. So we'll see what Dylan's reserves bring here at the bottom of 2. Well, Dylan just called Necrons lame, and it might be because his entire shooting netted him 2 wounds on a Scarab Swarm, and that was it. Everything else did nothing. The 2 scout units came in, and they weren't really keen on the AP4 from those destroyers, so they're sort of hiding out in the ruins. Termies, Shrike, and Stern Guard are all chilling in reserve, so might be kind of tough to kill those Stern Guard if they don't come in soon, but we'll see what the top of 3 brings. Alright, top of 3. Warriors wrecked this pod by knocking the weapons off and re-immobilizing it. Marine is running still with the Destroyer Lord turbo boosted up. Nothing really happened to the Razorback, but it's still immobile. I killed one of the bikers, and over here I killed a couple scouts from the one unit I can see from my destroyers here. But still kind of waiting to see where Dylan's army is going to be, so haven't really committed too much yet. So we'll see what comes in on turn 3. Alright, well, into turn 3, the Stern Guard came in and dropped my Pariah, so one objective here to Dylan. Shrike showed up, and he's fanned out and definitely threatening these warriors with fleet and jump packs. And then the big melee in the center, the Scarab Swarms all are dead due to the Power Fist connecting, but they killed 3 of the Marines in return with the Lord's help. Lord took a wound, but we will see what happens now at the top of 4. Alright, top of 4, the Deceiver's into those Stern Guard, but only managed 2 wounds. Old Toomey to the rescue to finish off those Marines before the P-Fist got to swing. Unfortunately, Dylan didn't get to wound a Scarab Swarm, so I'm stuck at toughness 3 with 2 of those stupid Scarab Swarms. Other than that, I gunned down about 8 scouts in the ruins. He's down to about 6 or 7 total in there. And Shrike units coming in pretty quick. Some warriors jumped onto the other side of the monolith here. And we'll see if those Termies come in at the bottom of 4. Alright, well the Termies showed up and with a gutsy deep strike landed about here, right in the midst of my army. Shrike and his units jumped over and they killed what was left of Toomey. And some heavy bolters and a melt-a-gun took down the Lord. So we are going to attempt the Lords. Will be back. And we'll see if this can piss Dylan off. And a 6. He's back up. So we'll see what happens now at the top of 5. Alright, well, top of 5, and things did not go well. I unloaded my warriors here into Shrike, and did a wounded Shrike and a Chaplain, and everyone else made their saves. Lord blew up a Rhino. That's what that red crater is. Deceiver came in and whiffed completely and did 1 dead Terminator, took 2 wounds in return. And the Tomb Spiders that sandwiched the Stern Guard out of 8 attacks merely killed 2 Stern Guard. And I killed a ton of scouts with 1 in between the ruins and the window, if you can see him, that broke, but he will rally next turn. And another one I failed to kill, sitting right by the objective. So I'm going to need this to go to turn 6 for the Crons to have a chance, but we'll see what happens at the bottom of 5. Alright, it's the end of turn 5. The 2 Tomb Spiders finished off the Stern Guard. The Deceiver chose to ignore combat with the Terminators. All the warriors were killed by Shrike and his boys, but it's the only chance for the Deceiver to actually catch this unit. So, and the Lord was not plugged by the melt-a-gun, but by the twin-link bolters on the bikers. So, we're going to let Dylan roll here to see if the game ends. It does not.
Son of a bitch.
So, we are going to move on to turn 6, see if the Crons can pull this out. Yeah, alright, top of 6. Deceiver killed Shrike, but Shrike with his rending claws was able to cut the Deceiver and put a wound on him, so he's up to 3. But they're locked in. The Lord came over here. Not only did he get up, but assaulted a unit. He broke off his stand, though, unfortunately, folks. And won the melee by 1, and they broke, falling back into the rubble. Over in the ruins, the destroyers over here shot dead both units of scouts. And the Terminators look like they mean business, so I've got a screen of destroyers and Tomb Spiders trying to protect the warriors, and the Tomb Spiders wrecked the drop pod. So we will see what happens at the end of turn 6.
Your Deceiver can only be in one place.
All right, end of turn 6. The Termies killed a lot of destroyers through here. Killed one of the Tomb Spider units. They're pretty threatening to my lowly warrior unit. On the other end, Destroyer Lord did not go down. All the shooting did nothing. And the Deceiver chose to jump out of combat in case a situation like this occurred. So, I will roll and see if the game ends. I really want this game to end, and Dylan does not. Oh no, turn 7 is played.
Right.
Alright, we'll see if the Necrons can hold on. Alright, Operation Layered Defense is sort of working here. I've got a layer of Tomb Spiders and a layer of Destroyers. Hopefully it'll be enough to stop these Termies from getting to the Warriors. The Warriors are cowering behind the monolith. Just trying to stay alive. That's their job. Deceiver, in the meantime, killed about 4 guys. So he's doing his job. And the Destroyer Lord killed that lone Melt-A-Gunner, knocking out the rest of his scoring units. So we're left with 2 bikes that he's facing down. So we'll see at the bottom of turn 7 if Dylan can make some sort of magic happen.
They always fail me at the last second.
Alright, well, at the end of the game here, it actually was pretty close, but he got the Lord. Finally, with his attack bikes in melee. The Lord took one down with him, but he only hit once, got the 6, and the Lord died. So Dylan's arch nemesis is finally killed. Deceiver killed the Chaplain for a quick kill point. Operation Layered Defense was a success, as the Termies that barreled in killed the Scarabs, but due to a round of 1s, he is left with just 1 Terminator remaining. So at the end of the game, neither of us have objectives. As far as killing each other's unit, he killed the Pariah and I killed the Stern Guard. But kill points wise, let's see, I've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units.
Drop pods, squats inside. 2, 1. Got 9 and 2 scouts. You got like 11 off of me.
Alright, Kron's pull it out with kill points. Awesome. But really, we're down to just a unit fighting here, 1 attack bike, and that melee actually went pretty well for me. He really should have just wiped all that out. It would have been just a lone warrior squad of Monolith versus Termies in the end. But really close game. That was a pretty good game, and the Necrons were just able to eke it out. I think not getting turn 1 was pretty much the deciding factor, because whenever Shrike's army gets that, it charges into me and wipes me out in about 2 turns. So at least the game wasn't ruined turn 1, and it came down to turn 7. So hope you guys enjoyed the battle report, and seeing the Necrons pull one out.